Want to speak real Hebrew from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at HebrewPod101.com.
In this series, you'll master Hebrew pronunciation. Proper pronunciation is essential in Hebrew, and in this series, you'll learn it in a fast, comprehensive, and easy way. In this first lesson, you'll learn about the building blocks of the Hebrew pronunciation system that will help you in future lessons. The Hebrew alphabet consists of 22 letters, all of which are consonants. A few of these consonants, however, can act like vowels. But be careful not to fall into a very common trap. As you're learning to speak correctly, you shouldn't concern yourself with all the letters. That's right, forget them. You care about the sounds of Hebrew, and here they are. There are 19 consonant sounds and 5 vowel sounds. Each symbol that you see here represents a single sound determined by the IPA, which is a standardized way to represent sounds without the baggage that often comes with traditional letters. By using all of these sounds, you can form every single word in Hebrew. Still seem complicated? Well, how about this? Of the 19 consonant sounds in Hebrew, you already know 16 of the original sounds. That's right. If you're a native English speaker, then you already make these sounds every day. You can also ignore all of the vowel sounds for the same reason. The only thing standing between you and perfect Hebrew pronunciation is 3 new consonant sounds. You can handle that. Now let me introduce Yara, who will be helping you to master these new sounds.
שלום, אני יערה.
Yara will be giving you native pronunciation examples to imitate, but for this first lesson, just sit back and listen to the unique sounds of Hebrew.
רע, צבע, אוכל.
In the next lesson, we'll look at the top 5 pronunciation mistakes Hebrew learners make. You'll want to make sure not to fall into these common traps. After that, we'll begin going through the vowels and consonants of Hebrew. This is your chance to learn how to correctly say all of the words you just heard. We'll finish up the series by covering some special topics that will really make your Hebrew sound natural. To close this lesson, here's a question for you. Why is it important to spend time on learning proper pronunciation, even if you're already an advanced speaker? The answer, you will be understood, and this will help you build more confidence as you communicate in Hebrew. For beginners, you're creating a strong foundation to build on. And for more advanced students, this is your chance to improve your accent and lose any bad habits you may have picked up. In this lesson, you'll learn the top 5 Hebrew pronunciation mistakes to avoid. These are common mistakes that students of Hebrew tend to make. So pay close attention and make sure that you don't make these same mistakes too. Are you ready? Then let's get started. You will recognize the schwa vowel by the 2 vertical dots underneath the consonant. In Hebrew, many words contain a schwa vowel. There are 3 different kinds of schwa vowels. The first kind is a short E-like sound.
ל,
The second is a full stop on the consonant it's underneath.
להתלבש.
And the third is a move to the next consonant without a vowel.
פתוחה.
The resulting combination of consonants often feels unnatural to learners of Hebrew.
כביסה.
Instead of properly combining these letters, new speakers often put a short vowel between the 2. In order to correct this problem, Hebrew students should practice these special letter combinations. Listen to the examples.
גדולה. קטנה. זמן.
Number 2. The Hebrew letter resh. This is a problematic letter for learners of Hebrew, particularly for English speakers, because this R sound does not exist in English. The Hebrew R sound is similar to the German or French R. Unlike the English R, which is pronounced with the tip of the tongue at the front of the mouth, the Hebrew R is pronounced using the back of the tongue with a slight roll. You can think of it like gargling air at the back of your throat. Listen to the following examples.
קר. ראשון. הורים.
We'll teach you how to pronounce this sound in Lesson 6. Number 3. Misplacing stress. A common mistake for new speakers of Hebrew is the misplacement of stress. In the beginning, most foreign speakers model their stress patterns after their native language. Correcting this is very easy because most Hebrew words are stressed on the last syllable. Pay attention to the stress pattern in the following Hebrew words.
בגדים. ילדה. ללמוד.
When words aren't stressed on the last syllable, They are part of a very specific group of words, all containing a similar stress pattern.
מדברת, ספר, תפוח.
We'll teach you how to speak Hebrew with the correct stress in Lesson 8. Number 4. Foreign words in Hebrew. When you see a word you recognize from your own language in Hebrew, your first instinct is to pronounce it like it is in your own language. However, many foreign words in Hebrew have been modified to have different stress patterns. They may even use different sounds altogether. Pay attention to how native speakers pronounce these words, and you'll learn them quickly. Listen to Yada.
אוניברסיטה, טלוויזיה, סנדוויץ'.
Number 5. While this letter is usually difficult for foreign speakers to pronounce correctly in the beginning, it is also one that many people perfect with a good amount of practice. This is a guttural H, pronounced at the back of the throat. It has a bad reputation because it sounds as though you're bringing up phlegm from your throat. It's possible that non-native speakers are afraid to make this sound, and this is why it has become known as a difficult Hebrew letter to pronounce. There's no need to be afraid of this letter, because this sound is part of what gives Hebrew its uniqueness. Listen and repeat alongside Yada.
חדר, חברה, בחר, נוח.
Practice often, and you'll be sure to master this elusive sound in no time. Now you know the top 5 Hebrew pronunciation mistakes to avoid. This lesson, you'll learn all 5 Hebrew vowel sounds.
א, א, אי, או, או.
By learning all of these sounds, you'll be able to pronounce any vowel that could possibly appear in Hebrew. Are you ready? Then let's get started. The first vowel sound is
א, גם, פח, דג.
This vowel sound is very similar to the A in far.
א, א. א, א.
The next vowel sound is
א, של, כן, כהה.
It's very similar to the E in the word education.
א, א. א, א.
The next vowel sound is
אי, מיסים, אימון, תינוק.
This is identical to the I in ski.
אי, 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 אי.
The next vowel sound is
או, שלום, נוער, חלום.
It's very similar to the O sound in the word or.
או, 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 או.
The last vowel sound for this lesson is
הוא, תמונה, אדומה, מדורה.
This is identical to the U in the word rule.
הוא, 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 הוא.
In this lesson, you'll learn the basics of Hebrew pronunciation. Pronunciation refers to the manner in which a word is spoken, so don't focus on reading what's on screen. Instead, focus on listening and repeating. In Hebrew, there are only 22 letters of the alphabet, and technically they're all consonants.
There are also vowel sounds which are shown by the dot system called nikud.
Many of the sounds are similar to English, like b, v, sh, s, and t.
B, v, sh, s, t,
But there are a few sounds you may not recognize at first.
like ch, ts.
In Hebrew, words are stressed differently than in English. Stress is usually on the last syllable of the word.
עבודה, מוצץ, מתלבש.
But in some cases, the stress is on the second to last syllable of the word.
לקוח, נוסע, מתלבשת.
Letters produce consonant sounds. These sounds are combined with vowel sounds indicated by the nikud. Vowel sounds you find in Hebrew are all found in English as well.
A, E, I, O, U.
There are different notations for these vowels, but in most cases, the basic vowel sound stays the same. The pattern of the word and the placement of the vowel determines which vowel symbol will be used.
For example, the word for language, lashon, and the word for crisis, mashber, both have a vowels after the first letter. But because of the way the word is constructed, the vowels are notated differently.
Some letters have two sounds, depending on if there's a stress on the consonant or not.
Bet is both b and v. Kaf is both k and ch. Pei is both p and f.
There is also one other letter that changes sound according to the dot above it.
That's shin and sin. It makes the sh sound when the dot is on the right, and the s sound when the dot is on the left.
The most daunting group of letters are the guttural letters.
A, h, ch, a, r.
3 of these letters are pronounced deep in the throat. These may feel unusual at first, but are fun to say once you get the hang of them.
Ein, chet, resh.
Most of the sounds in Hebrew are already sounds you use in English. That means that if you were to simply imitate a Hebrew speaker, your pronunciation would be correct a lot of the time. For example, listen and repeat after Edith.
Rakevet, rakevet.
Chances are your pronunciation was pretty spot on. The K, V, and T sounds are practically identical to English. It's only the R that's a little different. Focus on this first letter. It's often written as an R, but don't be fooled. This letter is pronounced differently than an English R. It's pronounced at the back of the throat instead of forward in the mouth. Listen to Edith say this letter.
R, r.
It's actually closer to the German or French R, but without the roll. Nearly all sounds in Hebrew are identical to English, like the K, V, and T sounds in this example. Since you already know how to pronounce most of these sounds, we only need to pay attention to the handful of sounds that are completely new to you. They're the ones we need to look out for. In the previous lesson, we taught you how to say thank you in Hebrew. Do you remember what it was? It's
Toda.
well done. Let's wrap up this lesson by recapping what we've learned. In this lesson, you learned that Hebrew has 22 letters, but even more sounds. The extra sounds come from the vowels and the consonants that can represent 2 sounds instead of 1. Many of the sounds in Hebrew are identical to the sounds in English. And there are only a handful of new sounds that you need to learn. We've covered only the basics of Hebrew pronunciation. If you're interested in learning more, check out our Ultimate Guide to Hebrew Pronunciation. In that video series, we teach you how to pronounce every single sound used in Hebrew.
How can you possibly read Hebrew if it doesn't have any vowels? The simple answer to this question is that people who are fluent in Hebrew know which vowels go with different words. For someone who knows any language well, it's really not as hard as it sounds. Try it. Here's a famous quote in English translation, which the vowels removed. Take a minute to read this. Can you figure it out? That which is hateful to you, do not do to your fellow. Was it easier than you thought? Most English speakers don't practice this skill much, but imagine if you did this all the time. In reality, there are a few characters used sometimes to indicate vowel sounds in Hebrew, and even native speakers use them. I'll explain more about this in a later lesson. You now know how native speakers can read Hebrew without vowels. But what about Hebrew learners? There are a couple systems available to help non-native or beginner speakers read Hebrew text. The most common of these is the nikud. Here's an example. תוך מספר שבועות, החנות נסגרה. Do you see these dots and marks? They represent the vowel sounds and are called nikud. We go over this system in more detail in our Hebrew Alphabet Made Easy series. But for now, take comfort that there is help. There is also a number of systems of Roman transliteration. These almost always include vowels to help you read. For example, the sentence above can be read, תוך מספר שבועות, החנות נסגרה. All beginner materials at HebrewPod101.com include this kind of romanization.
10 hardest words to pronounce in Hebrew. So, let's begin. חצוצרה, trumpet. חצוצרה, trumpet. הייתי רוצה לנגן בחצוצרה. I would like to play the trumpet. לצחצח, to brush. חשוב מאוד לצחצח שיניים פעמיים ביום. It is very important to brush your teeth twice a day. Ding. צריכים, must, need. צריכים, must. צריכים is the word must, but in the plural masculine version of this word. הם צריכים, they must, they need. For example, הם צריכים לעזוב את המסיבה המוקדם. They must leave the party early. They must or they need to, or they have to. חתיכה, piece. חתיכה, piece. It's not like these are not tongue twisters, it's for people who can't pronounce ח. אפשר לקבל חתיכת עוגה בבקשה? Can I have a piece of cake, please? מנצנץ, sparkling. I love this word, מנצנץ, sparkling. Yeah, I love this lesson. These are really fun words. It's fun to say. Try it. Come on. Nice. For example, השרשרת שלי מנצנצת. My necklace is sparkly. It's not really, but just, use your imagination. פעלולים. Special effects. פעלולים. But it's more fun saying it fast. פעלולים. So usually like a stuntman will be called פעלולן. Now that I'm saying it over and over again, I'm like, is this a real word? I'm not sure all of a sudden, but it is. Wow. מי היה אחראי על הפעלולים בסרט הזה? Whoa. Who was in charge of the special effects in this movie? שפשוף, rub. This is a noun. The verb will be לשפשף. אם נשפך לכם יין אדום על השטיח, תשפשפו אותו במלח. If you spilled red wine on your carpet, rub it with salt. Someone told me about this method. I did not check it, so I don't really know. לצחקק, to giggle. לצחקק, to giggle. That's a wonderful word. To laugh is לצחוק. So this is like the smaller version of it, לצחקק. And the noun version is צחקוק. צחקוקים, in plural. הם לא הפסיקו לצחקק בזמן שדיברתי. They wouldn't stop giggling while I was talking. How rude. מחצלת, mat. מחצלת, mat. כשאתם הולכים לים, אל תשכחו לקחת מחצלת. When you go to the beach, don't forget to take a mat. שרוכים, shoelaces. שרוכים, shoelaces. באיזה גיל למדתם לקשור את השרוכים? What age did you learn to tie your own shoelaces?
Want to speak real Hebrew from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at HebrewPod101.com.
You've decided to study a new language, so now what? Well, you want to become fluent fast, right? Here are the top 5 shortcuts to learning a language. Number 1, create a study schedule and set some goals. Many language learners are unorganized. Creating a schedule allows you to free up time to study consistently. Goals give you motivation and something to strive for. Number 2, make it fun. If you learn how to make your study time enjoyable, chances are you'll be more inclined to study. Watch a TV show with subtitles or listen to some music. Number 3, find a language partner. This is the best way to improve your conversation skills. It will help you gain fluency even faster and increase confidence when speaking. Number 4, use word lists to build up a solid vocabulary. This is a great way to build up your fluency, one word at a time. Luckily, we have all the word lists you need, with a range of topics, from food to love. Choose whichever language you want to study and go. Number 5, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Nothing helps you improve more than correcting your own errors. You're more likely to remember it correctly the next time around. Everyone makes mistakes. Don't be afraid to learn from them. There's no magical way to learn a new language overnight, but doing all of these can really help your learning process. And remember, if you're interested in getting on the fast track to fluency, sign up for your free lifetime account. No credit card required, and you'll get the best free online resources. Start learning now.
You. Hey, you. You. Yeah, you. Welcome to Hebrew Top Words. So, my name is Yara, and I do not know today's words, but the theme is 10 hardest words to pronounce in Hebrew. So, let's begin. חצוצרה, trumpet. חצוצרה, trumpet. הייתי רוצה לנגן בחצוצרה. I would like to play the trumpet. לצחצח, to brush. חשוב מאוד לצחצח שיניים פעמיים ביום. It is very important to brush your teeth twice a day. Ding. צריכים, must, need. צריכים, must. צריכים is the word must, but in the plural masculine version of this word. הם צריכים, they must, they need. For example, הם צריכים לעזוב את המסיבה מוקדם. They must leave the party early. They must or they need to, or they have to. חתיכה, piece. חתיכה, piece. It's not like these are not tongue twisters, it's for people who can't pronounce ח. אפשר לקבל חתיכת עוגה בבקשה? Can I have a piece of cake, please? מנצנץ, sparkling. I love this word, מנצנץ, sparkling. Yeah, I love this lesson. These are really fun words. It's fun to say. Try it. Come on. Nice. For example, השרשרת שלי מנצנצת. My necklace is sparkly. It's not really, but just, use your imagination. פעלולים, special effects. פעלולים, but it's more fun saying it fast, פעלולים. So usually like a stuntman will be called פעלולן. Now that I'm saying it over and over again, I'm like, is this a real word? I'm not sure all of a sudden, but it is. Wow, מי היה אחראי על הפעלולים בסרט הזה? Whoa, who was in charge of the special effects in this movie? שפשוף, rub. This is a noun. The verb will be לשפשף. אם נשפך לכם יין אדום על השטיח, תשפשפו אותו במלח. If you spilled red wine on your carpet, rub it with salt. Someone told me about this method. I did not check it, so I don't really know. לצחקק, to giggle. לצחקק, to giggle. That's a wonderful word. To laugh is לצחוק. So this is like the smaller version of it, לצחקק. And the noun version is צחקוק. צחקוקים, in plural. הם לא הפסיקו לצחקק בזמן שדיברתי. They wouldn't stop giggling while I was talking. How rude. מחצלת, mat. מחצלת, mat. כשאתם הולכים לים, אל תשכחו לקחת מחצלת. When you go to the beach, don't forget to take a mat. שרוכים, shoelaces. שרוכים, shoelaces. באיזה גיל למדתם לקשור את השרוכים? What age did you learn to tie your own shoelaces? So that's it. Thank you so much for watching the 10 hardest words to pronounce in Hebrew. I hope you learned something new. Tell us in the comments what was your favorite word, and don't forget to check the website. And don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Bye.
How are your Hebrew listening skills? First, you'll see an image and hear a question. Next comes a short dialogue. Listen carefully and see if you can answer correctly. We'll show you the answer at the end. Are you ready?
גבר ואישה מדברים. מה הם הולכים לעשות קודם?
מה את רוצה לעשות היום?
אני רוצה ללכת לראות סרט.
אוקיי, אני רוצה לצפות במשחק בסבול בטלוויזיה.
אני גם רוצה לעשות קניות.
משחק הבייסבול מתחיל בשעה 1.
אוקיי, אז בוא נלך לראות את הסרט קודם, ואז תוכל לצפות במשחק הבייסבול.
בסדר, אז נעשה קניות בערב.
מה הם הולכים לעשות קודם? גבר ואישה מדברים. מה הם הולכים לעשות קודם?
מה את רוצה לעשות היום?
אני רוצה ללכת לראות סרט.
אוקיי, אני רוצה לצפות במשחק בסבול בטלוויזיה.
אני גם רוצה לעשות קניות.
משחק הבייסבול מתחיל בשעה 1.
אוקיי, אז בוא נלך לראות את הסרט קודם, ואז תוכל לצפות במשחק הבייסבול.
בסדר, אז נעשה קניות בערב.
Hi everyone, welcome to Hebrew Top Words. My name is Yara and today we're going to learn 10 phrases to amaze native speakers. Okay, are you ready? Let's start. אני אדבר עברית ברמת שפת אם תוך 3 שנים. I'll speak Hebrew in a native level in 3 years. אני אדבר עברית ברמת שפת אם תוך 3 שנים. I'll speak Hebrew in a native level in 3 years. You think you can? Well, prove it. Start now. אני יכולה לצפות בסרטים בעברית ללא כתוביות. I can watch movies in Hebrew without subtitles. אני יכולה לצפות בסרטים בעברית ללא כתוביות. I can watch movies in Hebrew without subtitles. There actually are a lot of good movies done in Israel in the last 10 years. Obviously more, but if you want to, be updated. A few of my favorite are Jellyfish, which is amazingly good, I think. And another one who was actually nominated for the Academy Awards called Vals im Bashir, Waltz with Bashir, I think. It's a really good movie. אני יכולה לשנן בערך 50 מילים חדשות בעברית ביום. I can memorize around 50 new Hebrew words a day. אני יכולה לשנן בערך 50 מילים חדשות בעברית ביום. I can memorize around 50 new Hebrew words a day. That's crazy, can you? You say that to me and I will be amazed. Just saying. אני לומדת עברית כבר 10 שנים. I've been learning Hebrew for 10 years. אני לומדת עברית כבר 10 שנים. I've been learning Hebrew for 10 years. Well, that would only amaze me if you don't speak Hebrew at this point, because learning a language for 10 years and not being able to speak it, well, that is amazing. אני לומדת עברית לגמרי לבד. I'm learning Hebrew all by myself. אני לומדת עברית לגמרי לבד. I'm learning Hebrew all by myself. That is impressive. How do you do that? With HebrewPod101.com? Well, in Israel, when we're impressed, we have this sound that we make. It goes psh. Okay, so this is what you say when you're impressed. All by yourself? Psh. I am amazed. You know what? Amazed. הבנתי את כל מה שאמרת. I understood everything you said. That's a funny one. הבנתי את כל מה שאמרת. I understood everything you said. I hope you understand everything I say. Otherwise, I'm just sitting here talking to myself. But you know what? Props to you. חוץ מעברית, אני יכולה לדבר גם כמה שפות אחרות. Apart from Hebrew, I can speak a few other languages as well. Well, that's just bragging. חוץ מעברית, אני יכולה לדבר גם כמה שפות אחרות. Apart from Hebrew, I can speak a few other languages as well. Well, you don't need to brag, okay? I only have 2. How many languages can you speak? Leave a comment below. Make us jealous. לקח לי רק שנה אחת על מנת לדבר בשטף. It took me only 1 year to become fluent. לקח לי רק שנה אחת על מנת לדבר בשטף. It took me only 1 year to become fluent. Well, I am amazed by that because, as you probably already know, Hebrew is a difficult language to learn, but I think it's doable. עברית היא כיפית וקלה ללמידה. Hebrew is fun and easy to learn. עברית היא כיפית וקלה ללמידה. Hebrew is fun and easy to learn. I would be happy if you think that. Yeah, do you agree? Is Hebrew fun and easy to learn? Hope it is. תודה, אבל זו לא שפת האם שלי למען האמת. Thank you, but I'm not a native speaker actually. תודה, אבל זו לא שפת האם שלי למען האמת. Thank you, but I'm not a native speaker actually. You're not a native speaker? Then, you're really good. One that would really amaze me will be, למדתי את כל זה אתמול. I learned all of that yesterday. Must have been a busy day. Okay, thank you so much for watching 10 phrases to amaze native speakers. Now go out there and amaze some native speakers. Don't forget to subscribe and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!
Want to speak real Hebrew from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at HebrewPod101.com.
איש אוסף את הבת של ידידה שלו. מי היא הבת שלה? מצטערת להטריד אותך, אבל אתה יכול בבקשה ללכת לאסוף את הבת שלי?
בטח. היא מכירה אותי?
כן, היא ראתה אותך בתמונות, אז היא אמורה להיות מסוגלת לזהות אותך.
בסדר. איך היא נראית?
השיער שלה שחור ומטולטל. היא רזה וגבוהה יותר מהממוצע.
אוקיי. עוד משהו?
היא אמרה שהיא הולכת לחבוש כובע שקניתי לה פעם. הוא לבן ויש לו סרט שחור.
נשמע שיהיה קל למצוא. בסדר. אני אלך לאסוף אותה עכשיו.
תודה. מי היא הבת שלה? איש אוסף את הבת של ידידה שלו. מי היא הבת שלה? מצטערת להטריד אותך, אבל אתה יכול בבקשה ללכת לאסוף את הבת שלי?
בטח. היא מכירה אותי?
כן, היא ראתה אותך בתמונות, אז היא אמורה להיות מסוגלת לזהות אותך.
בסדר. איך היא נראית?
השיער שלה שחור ומטולטל. היא רזה וגבוהה יותר מהממוצע.
אוקיי. עוד משהו?
היא אמרה שהיא הולכת לחבוש כובע שקניתי לה פעם. הוא לבן ויש לו סרט שחור.
נשמע שיהיה קל למצוא. בסדר. אני אלך לאסוף אותה עכשיו.
תודה.
שלום,
שלום,
מה שלומך?
בסדר, תודה.
Hi everyone, Edith here. Today we're going to talk about 10 responses to how are you? In Hebrew, of course. מה שלומך? How are you? מה שלומך? How are you? So yeah, like this is the most common way to ask people in Hebrew how they are. You can also say like, hey, what's up? Or, you know, how's it going? But the most simple way is מה שלומך? ואתה? And you? So after you've been asked how are you and you've given your response, you would ask the other person, and you? ואתה? אני בסדר. I'm fine. אני בסדר. I'm fine. Yeah, just בסדר is literally just fine. It can be, fine, and it can be fine. שלומי לא רע. I'm not bad. שלומי לא רע. I'm not bad. So I think people usually would say that after maybe they had a bit of a rough time, I don't know, like maybe at work or something personal, and then when people ask them how they're doing, so they would say, oh, I'm not bad, like, it's getting better. גם שלומי טוב. I'm fine too. גם שלומי טוב. I'm fine too. When you say גם in the beginning of the sentence, it's the same as saying in English too, but in the end of the sentence. So in Hebrew you would say it first. גם שלומי טוב. אני ישנוני. I'm sleepy. אני ישנוני. I'm sleepy. I think nowadays it's like a very common thing to say, like, how are you doing? Oh, I'm sleepy. When do you guys actually wake up? I only wake up after I have a cup of coffee and then maybe another hour. אני מרגיש רע. I'm feeling bad. אני מרגיש רע. I'm feeling bad. So if you're ill, usually yes, ill or having a headache, you would say that you feel bad. It's not so much as like an emotional thing, I'm hurting, I'm sad. It's like, I feel bad, I'm ill. שלומי מצוין. I'm great. שלומי מצוין. I'm great. When you're really doing well, like you're really happy, it's like, I'm great. מצוין. איך הולך איתך? How have you been? איך הולך איתך? How have you been? So since in Hebrew we don't have as much tenses as English, and we don't have like all of the progressive tenses, it's just past, present, and future. When we try to ask like, oh, how have you been during the last few days? How have you been during the last few weeks? So we would say, איך הולך איתך? How are things going for you? Pretty much that's the literal translation. מה נשמע? What's up? מה נשמע? What's up? So this is like the number one most common expression in Israel when you ask people how they're doing, and it's very friendly and casual. Like when you say מה נשמע, it's just like saying what's up. And the literal translation, it's like saying, what is heard? Like, what do you have to tell me that is new? Please do. Please tell me. So that's it. That's מה נשמע. So thanks everyone. Thank you for watching that video. Today we discussed about how to respond to how are you. Please let me know in the comments below, like, what are the most surprising responses you ever gotten. It's like, oh, how are you? Yeah, my dog died. Stuff like that. And please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like up this video. And also don't forget to get into HebrewPod101.com for more content and more Hebrew. And I will see you all next time. להתראות.
To master a new language and understand everything as soon as you hear it, to read with just a quick glance and speak smoothly without thinking, you need to review. Here are our top 5 review tactics. Number 1, listen to examples over and over again. By listening closely and often, you start to pick up the rhythm of a language, as well as correct pronunciation from a native speaker. Use our line-by-line feature that lets you both listen and read along. Use this tool to practice as much as possible. Number 2, use our voice recording tool to master perfect pronunciation. Record yourself and compare it against the native speaker. If you sound different, then repeat after the native speaker until you're able to match them. Use our voice recording feature, which makes recording super easy. Number 3, master your recorded conversations. Record conversations and go over them again and again. Master entire conversations and repeat them line by line. Use any of the dialogues available for download on our website. These come with transcripts of the entire conversation. Number 4, use mobile devices to reinforce previously learned conversations. Constant review is the best way to progress in your language studies. Download the recorded dialogue to your mobile device and incorporate it into your music playlist. Quick reviews throughout the day effectively reinforce what you've learned. Number 5. Read with line-by-line notes. Read along with a native speaker to really master pronunciation and natural intonation. You should start slow at first, then slowly increase your speed. Your pronunciation will become more natural. You will also see that your ability to understand fluent speakers will greatly increase. You'll be able to improve your communication skills using these 5 simple review techniques. Increase your understanding of your target language. And remember, if you're interested in getting all these review tools, sign up for your free lifetime account. No credit card required, and you'll get the best free online resources. And start reviewing more every day.
גבר ואישה מנהלים שיחה. באיזה שעון הם מסתכלים, ומה השעה?
את יודעת מה השעה?
מצטערת, שכחתי את השעון שלי היום.
הבנתי. אני מודאג שלא נספיק לרכבת.
יש שעון בכניסה לתחנת הרכבת.
מצוין. או, לא. הרכבת מגיעה בעוד 5 דקות.
זו הרכבת של 10, נכון?
כן. כדאי שנזדרז.
באיזה שעון הם מסתכלים, ומה השעה? גבר ואישה מנהלים שיחה. באיזה שעון הם מסתכלים, ומה השעה?
את יודעת מה השעה?
מצטערת, שכחתי את השעון שלי היום.
הבנתי. אני מודאג שלא נספיק לרכבת.
יש שעון בכניסה לתחנת הרכבת.
מצוין. או, לא. הרכבת מגיעה בעוד 5 דקות.
זו הרכבת של 10, נכון?
כן. כדאי שנזדרז.
Hello everybody, Edith here and welcome to Hebrew Top Words. Today's top words are top 5 tongue twisters in Hebrew. Let's start. Sarah shara shir sameach. Sarah sings a happy song. Sarah shara shir sameach. Sarah sings a happy song. Actually, this is one of the most basic tongue twisters in Hebrew, and the full version is, I'll say it fast, Sarah shara shir sameach Sarah shara, which is just like saying the same thing twice, but in reverse. Try to repeat after me, and this time I'll do it slowly. Sarah shara shir sameach shara Sarah. Ganan gidel dagan bagan. The gardener grew wheat in the garden. Ganan gidel dagan bagan. The gardener grew wheat in the garden. So as you can tell, there is a lot of gimel sound, g, and daled sound, d, in this sentence. This one was also a shortened version of the original, so I'll say it one time fast and then slow, so you could repeat after me. Ganan gidel dagan bagan, dagan gadol gadal bagan. Ganan gidel dagan bagan. Dagan gadol gadal bagan. הם ממהרים והן ממהרות. They are in a hurry and they are in a hurry. הם ממהרים והן ממהרות. I think this one is a little bit of an easier one. The meaning is they are in a hurry and they are in a hurry. But of course in Hebrew we have female they and male they. So we're saying them, the boys, are in a hurry, and them, the girls, are in a hurry. Let's say that again, and please repeat after me. הם ממהרים והן ממהרות. ברד ירד בדרום ספרד. It hailed on the south of Spain. ברד ירד בדרום ספרד. It hailed on the south of Spain. This sentence is actually quite famous because it's a translation of the song from the movie My Fair Lady with Audrey Hepburn. And what she says there is, the rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain. When it was translated to Hebrew, the whole play, they translated to Barad, Yarad, Bidrom, Sfarad. Give it a try. Im ein anili, mili. If I'm not for myself, who will be? Im ein anili, mili. If I'm not for myself, who will be? That means that you have to be your own best friend, because if you can't support yourself, how in the hell are you gonna love somebody else? So let's try and say that again. That's actually kind of cute with all the E sounds. Im ein anili, mili. Okay, everybody, that's it. Those were 5 tongue twisters in Hebrew. Maybe you can try to come up with a tongue twister in Hebrew of your own. I would be happy to see it. Please comment down below. Or if there are any famous ones in your language that you think I would like, please let me know. Please don't forget to check out HebrewPod101.com for more Hebrew, more content, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, litraot.
Want to speed up your language learning? Take your very first lesson with us. You'll start speaking in minutes and master real conversations. Sign up for your free lifetime account. Just click the link in the description.